I thought this would be a good time to give you a bit of a refresher on the first two secrets behind the 7 steps. It is these paradigm shifts that make the difference from kids groaning when you say, "We're writing today," to kids going, "Yay!" and actually begging, "Can we do more of that 7-step stuff?" The first and most important shift is the one that flips writing totally on its head. It's the concept of chunking. This means breaking writing into small steps to make it easy and accessible for young writers. So we don't want to come into a classroom and say, "Let's write a whole persuasive piece today." In the narrative series of videos, I use tennis as an analogy for how we learn sport and how this can be adapted to writing. So in tennis, first you learn the specific skills. Forehand in the first lesson, backhand in lesson 2, lesson 3 is serve. You get the idea. In other words, you don't play the whole tennis match. You chunk it into small skills and learn them first. So that's how the 7 steps started. They were the 7 basic techniques from my author training that make up the main components of writing. Now, the second paradigm shift is that of repetition. So let's go back to the tennis analogy. I watched Roger Federer train in Melbourne once, and I saw him practicing a running cross-court hit to the far back corner for an hour and a half. Why? Because as every athlete knows, you have to practice something a lot to put it into muscle memory. That way, when the pressure is on, it's match point or a NAPLAN test, then you can rely on base memory. It makes you feel secure. So that's secret number 2. Repeat, repeat, and repeat. So those are the first 2 secrets, backing up the pedagogy of the 7 steps. Here are the 3rd and 4th ones. So number 3, brainstorm first, write second. Writing doesn't have to be a solo and quiet activity. Sitcom writers work in groups to generate ideas incredibly quickly. And writing's not about spelling and grammar, it's about generating ideas first, getting them down on paper first, and then fixing up the spelling and grammar. In the one-day workshops, we figure this out pretty fast. By the time we have brainstormed what we see, hear, touch, and feel in a short tension scene, it takes us just 3 minutes to write it. And the writing is so much richer. In planning, we all work in groups to create a story and plot it on the story graph. And this generates innovative and creative ideas with people piggybacking concepts off each other. It makes for a lot of scaffolding, a lot of talking and sharing, and a lot of fun in the classrooms. So this brainstorming, thinking first process is one of the most important ideas for all of us. Which, of course, leads me into the paradigm shift number 4. Verbal is vital. Talking is good. Let's not lock our kids into a cone of silence. Let's use the model of writing fast and having fun and engender a lot of talking and brainstorming into the classrooms. Akara says this: language, verbal or non-verbal, is critical for the development of literacy skills. So you have to talk first and write afterwards. This is not a new idea. So both these secrets behind the 7 steps are about brainstorming, working with groups, scaffolding each other, learning from each other, and talking, laughing, and having a lot more fun in classrooms. So here's the final and the most important of the secrets. Consistency creates change. I mean, If I go to my beach volleyball coach and take 3 lessons and don't practice, well, what are the chances I'll improve? Not great. Yet, if I take beach volleyball lessons twice a week for a year and implement what I've been playing and learning by playing matches, and twice a week at least maybe, well, things will get a lot better. So don't just cherry pick some of the fun activities. Don't do the sizzle, which is introduce sizzling starts, and then the fizzle, which is not following up with the other steps. The 7 steps will change writing in your school, but it takes about 1 to 2 terms. Research shows many schools improve their data by 20 to 30% in the first year, and, wait for it, even more in the second year. So you will get the results. And even better, your students will love writing. So remember this final secret: consistency creates change.